Hello everyone, I'm back with another video for you today, and I've been away the past couple of days because my internet's not been very good, not very useful, going down a lot and just not really working, so haven't really been able to stream, and making videos has been difficult as well, but I'm going to try to get a few more out there, maybe a scuffed meta snapshot, a return to those as well in a few days, but I do need to kind of get more of an idea of what people are playing at the moment. I've also been playing games for the World Cup tournament that's going on, hosted by Team Aretuza, so that's been quite fun. But anyway, I do have a deck today, and it's nothing too crazy. It's a lockdown deck, it is a poison deck, probably two things that a lot of people really dislike, combining the two to really shut down some of the popular meta decks. Now, I haven't really tested it too much, I haven't played against stuff like Syndicate and Northern Realms, but in concept, the deck has the ability to beat them, definitely shutting down the hidden cash leader and the up-presing abilities. They're both very strong, obviously, so you get a lot of value from having that lockdown. And then you also have a way to deal with Syndicate Defender, with Lambert, or just Swarm with that Lambert against Northern Realms. And then of course Poisons tend to be pretty damn good against Syndicate, Masquerade Bull reshuffling with the Sire. And the Cynthia Matter combo I think is also quite nice because often with Lockdown you're going to make them have a few bricked cards in hand, which usually would work with their leader, but because they don't have it are bad. So giving them another bad card in their deck is pretty nice, and it has synergy with Matter, which you're always going to play to get that second bull guaranteed. Obviously Lockdown's quite tight in terms of provisions that you get, so a lot of 4Ps and yeah, not too much in the way of power. You've really got to rely on that bull. So if you run into Bomb Heaver, then you can be in a bit of trouble, but you can definitely put out a lot of points provided that sticks around. I wouldn't say it's the strongest deck. This maybe Tactical Decision is a little bit more, a little bit less risky with the bull, or you could play Formation for a little bit, increased point potential, with the drawback being you don't quite answer the, opponent's leader quite as well. But Nilfgaard should have a good matchup against Northern Realms generally, so there's a lot of ways to build it such that you can win that and maybe have a chance against Syndicate as well. Apart from that, you probably have decent matchups against most other decks in the meta at the moment, so not too shabby at all. Alright, with that being said, let's jump into some games and see how this one plays. Okay, looks like we're going to be up against Imperial Formation first. Honestly, one of the leaders that you're very happy to shut down. One thing that could be a problem though is Damien, getting them back their leader ability. We do have locks and stuff that can maybe deal with it. But if you're able to deny that a fan coming out of the deck, then that's really valuable lockdown value there. Okay, so what do we got here? We are on the red coin, which is quite nice. Magni is a pretty good round one play. I think I'll get rid of Tortoise. That's just a good top deck or, reliable proactive play. And then we can go for, maybe getting rid of one of these poisons, which will also be quite good later. Do want to find that bull probably, as it allows us to push this round one, or we could think about playing it into round two instead, but we'll see how it goes. Now, interestingly, we have quite a lot of different melee and ranged locked cards, so you've got to be a bit wary of where to place your Magni. Got to plan ahead a little bit. It'll probably die, but we could probably even lock his Magni first, since our one is most likely to die, although it does present a good target to poison, so Rot Tosser pretty effectively shuts down the Magni. With that being said, I think we'll go and play in the front here, because we have a few more ranged locked cards really than we do melee for this round probably. Cynthia, you really want to play the round prior to playing your Matter. That's when you want to get that card down ideally. So we won't play that just yet. We could think about maybe playing the Cupbearer first and then Rot Tosser. Definitely an option. Maybe Rot Tosser first. We lose out on the Assimilate proc, but if he tries to play around the cow, that's not really going to work for him. There's some hammering going on around my apartment at the moment. That's pretty interesting. Okay, we've got a crossbow coming down. Not too bad at all. We can probably take the Cupbearer value. It won't quite get us ahead, but it'll probably, put the opponent in quite a scary position in this round. We could also wait on it and play maybe a hunter, lock up that crossbow. I don't really think I want to commit scenario this round if I can afford not to. In some ways it's definitely good to keep this cupbearer because it can get rid of his defender with the purify option. So, you know, maybe we just play it slow for the moment, play the lock here. See what the opponent goes with before actually committing the cupbearer. It's maybe bad that I mulliganed away one poison. It would have been nice to kill this Magni with the fangs. The opponent's probably going to be a little bit cautious of playing into this round with this poison on the board. We'll see how it goes. Okay, just a spearman. That's pretty low tempo. I guess we're going to play the cupbearer here. If he plays defender in round 1, we're not too worried, and we have the diviner to deal with the defender. That's kind of our dedicated purify. Where is it? Here. We also have bomb heaver, so if he's playing some kind of poison version, we're going to have an answer to that. Don't have invocation in this deck, which we could definitely think about running. Ooh, this looks like pretty good Lambert value, probably the best we're going to get in this match. So I think I'm going to take it. He's playing quite slowly. That'll get us ahead on even. We're probably still not going to play the bull in this round. I mean, it would be nice to bully with it, but we don't really have much follow-up. I already played one of my aristocrats. It might have been better to play the bull and try to push on even. But okay, this is quite good for me. This means we're going to actually get that Damien out. And I'm going to take a pass now, because if he wants to get the value from it, it'll mean he goes an extra card down, which he chooses not to do. So the Damien's gone, that's one of the bigger threats. He probably should have played that earlier, but I guess he wanted to save it because he was scared of the pressure I was putting out. And now plays that to force my pass, but that's a very good result. We can probably keep the Swears, it's also very decent, since he can't actually buff his crossbows anymore. Presumably he'll have one more of those, or we can maybe find value on a different unit, like Menno for example. Tawny Joust not so good. Matter is fine. I do have 2 aristocrats, so I think I'm quite happy with this hand. We can use Matter as kind of a way to guarantee that the scenario will go off. As in, if it gets bomb heavered, then we can just shuffle it back. That's what this deck does very well. And we'll play Cynthia now, just to make his draws very awkward. Make him want to mulligan that golem, and then if he does, Matter will draw it back for him. And we'll see if we can win here. Even amount of cards, so, you know, we're not looking too immediately favoured. We do have a heaver, but I don't think I can really afford to keep that in hand here. Oh, there's a lot of outside noise going on today. Sorry about that. So we could probably get rid of the heaver. But then again, we might just pull it anyway with Joachim, so it shouldn't really matter too much, I don't imagine. Magni's honestly not that good. I think we'd rather have a poison. The heaver, I guess we should mulligan it because we had the defender answer with Vincent. Maybe we should keep the heaver. It might end up being dead, but there's a chance to pull it with Joachim anyway, so not the biggest of deals. Alright, so we probably want to start with the bull here, I imagine. Just see if the opponent responds to it. I could play Fion first, but I'm a bit worried he might play Invocation on that. I'd actually quite be, you know, I'm quite okay if he does choose to bomb heaver this. I guess more annoying is the damage onto the woman, the Thirsty Dame. Okay, so let's Defender first. It's probably, it's a bit vulnerable to Invocation, potentially. But other than that, I think it's reasonably okay, just to test the opponent. Ask him if he has the answer here. And if he doesn't, we might just be gaining a lot of value by playing behind Defender. We can also think about shuffling maybe Lambert back in to have a good pull with Matter if my scenario is not dealt with. Lambert, not super good in some matchups like this one, but he did find his 10 value for 10, so that's not too bad. And it looks like he is actually playing poisons, so that's pretty good for me that I have Heaver to deal with that. Okay, I guess we can just play the bull now, see if he has the answer for either the dame or, you know, or the scenario itself. And either way we should be fine because we haven't, you know, haven't actually used our Asaya yet. Okay, so we could just throw down the Joachim. I'm kind of tempted to do so because we have a lot of engines that it could pull. Let's do that. Get that first activation. In fact, we're going to get both activations right now. So we'll play it on front, I think. And we'll poison the Cupbearer. Alright. So we didn't get Thirsty Dame value, which is a bit of a shame. But not the end of the world. We're going to be able to, you know, maybe play either, yeah, Cupbearer, Swordmaster. We'll find something to play. Maybe even, I mean, if we see him play the Golem, we could play Cynthia to get extra value on our matter play, but... Oh wait, no, that wouldn't work. What am I saying? That is not how that works. So right now we're up a lot of points, and I'm able to answer his scenario with my Bomb Heaver. We'll say Vincent for Defender most likely here, presuming he has that. And if he doesn't boost Defender, we can Swears it, so he's kind of in a bit of a tough situation there. Looks like he will actually just Letho my Defender, okay. In that case, I'll play my Vincent now, kind of have to. I really need to get this Heaver value or I'm going to be in trouble. Hopefully that means he doesn't have his Defender though if he played the Letho there. Maybe he does have his. We'll see. I can't really, I mean I can shuffle the Purify, but it's coming quite late, so if he does have a Defender here then not going to be, you know, too important. I think probably getting my Cupbearer will be the most value here. Just another poison. Right now I can't actually get the value from this Fang, so let's go for that I think at this point. Just another big chunky poison. Maybe even Rock Tosser would be better, possibly. But right now I think we're in a good spot. For the moment it seems like they maybe have scenario and we can just shut it down by, you know, denying certain things. My Swears right now is active on Joachim, but it's not, you know, the best thing ever. Let's go for this matter play now then. And just find that Purify in case there's a late Defender coming down. It's not super likely, but you never know. Definitely Helga's going to deal a decent amount of damage. And if he has Stefan and Bribery, that could be potentially the points that the opponent needs to win this game, but it's very possible he won't have Stefan. I know a lot of... Okay, never mind. I was going to say I know a lot of decks cut it these days, but apparently not this guy. Fair enough. Okay, I guess we can just play Tortoise now. It's kind of fine if he damages it because we will get more poison value. Assuming he doesn't purify it. And at least we're protected from a Defender being Briberied here. At least one. If he gets two, then we're in a bit of trouble. Gonna be a Lambert, that's pretty good for starters. I mean, Stefan definitely makes up a large amount of the point differential. It's quite painful. Yeah, we don't really have any locks left at this point to deal with it. Okay, going to be a Swears. That's not very good for him. That just gives me a better Swears. And shuts his own Magni down, so that's pretty fine for me. Gotta decide what the next play is. I think it probably is the Swears. Unlikely to get any more value here. That being said, it will enable his Magni if we do choose to do it on the front row, which isn't too great for us. We're probably going to poison it anyway, but we'll see, won't we? Might not end up being the case. I think I'm still going to do it here. There might be a Joachim coming down, but the sequencing is kind of awkward. assuming I want to play around his scenario, which I think I do. I think I'm still going to Swiz his Swiz. It's worth 2 extra points than taking one of these, so probably worth it. We'll see if that ends up being the case. Maybe not. He might also have another. He might have a Swiz himself for it. It's possible. But still very far ahead. Just that pure scenario value carrying at the moment. There's going to be a morale. Okay. So I guess I'll go with my poisons now. I'm a little bit scared that he'll just be keeping the scenario to the last kind of few cards. May as well hold on to the heaver just in case that is the case. But we'll see. He might just also have pure value. You could also think about putting morale in this deck instead of the Lambert. That would be an option. Lambert I kind of like for that tech value, but morale's also very good. Probably would have been better for me this game to have that, but not sure. Alright, let's take the poison then, why not? Looks like he maybe doesn't have the scenario after all. He saved it very late if he has. Maybe he does, but with only one aristocrat, that's possible. Maybe he just doesn't have it at all, and we might be losing as a result. We'll see. That looks like it's going to be Raymond as his final couple of plays. And I think we're just about beating that. So pretty close. Having a 4-point bomb heaver definitely makes it that way. But yeah, we're going to be able to take it just about. Pretty close one, but scenario value carrying. And yeah, managed to get a lot of value from my matter and stuff as well. Cool, so we're able to beat formation. That guy probably would have had a lot better chance if he didn't waste his Damien round 1 and not refresh leader. So we shouldn't really be winning that matchup usually, I think, but managed to there. Let's jump into another game and see if we can win. Alright, and now up against mobilization. I've seen a couple of mobilizations actually being played recently. Seems like it's back in fashion with scenario, I think. Which is going to be really good for us because we have Bomb Heaver and we shut down that instant activation, so should be able to answer it here. I think I'm going to get rid of one Magni because having 2 of them could be a bit awkward in round 1 here. We are on blue coins, so we don't want to overcommit too much. Probably won't play scenario this round. We'll see. Maybe we will to win the round. I think I'll probably get rid of the Fangs here. And then Rot Tosser. Try to save those guys for later on. Okay, let's play Magni on the back row then to start. Get that rolling. Swears wants to go in front, and we might end up playing that this round to help to push. We'll see how it goes. Okay. Just a little engine. I think we can kill this roll guard. Stop the potential buff coming down. It might make it easier to get Swears onto, you know, for example, Ballista or whatever else. Okay. So, we gotta wonder, how do we proceed here? Do we want to play this scenario this round? It's a bit risky if he does have a bomb heaver because, you know, we're going to be able to reuse it most likely, but at what cost? Maybe we should play it now. It'll definitely help us win the round. Even if he plays bomb heaver. And we can choose where to go from that. We can't really activate all 3 chapters, but that's okay. That's what we want to see. Just kind of wanting to get the heaver out this round so that that doesn't, you know, become a problem later on. It does make pushing here a little bit harder for sure. We maybe just have to go with another Thirsty Dame here and click the lamp. Now if he has Philippa, that's when things come a little bit scary for us. Okay, Redanian Archer, that's a really good Swears target, so I'm going to take it. It's very, and I'll avoid shooting, I think. It's very possible that they're playing Redea. I think that's the way mobilization is usually played, actually. Which is pretty fine for us. Okay, question is, do we want to use a Rot Tosser? Yeah, maybe or Cupbearer, either of those. I guess Rot Tosser. Sure, and we can damage the Bomb Heaver. I think quite soon the opponent will have to pass. Bit of a weird round one, but as long as you get there somehow with this deck, then you don't even have to win round one necessarily, but definitely get out without using too much. Puts you in a decent spot. Muzzle? That's interesting. Okay. Okay, so looks to me like if we play the Cupbearer, we're probably winning the round, so I'm going to do that. We did use quite a few golds here. He did use Muzzle, and yeah, not much else. Muzzle's very weird, but I guess that's a thing. I guess there's some good engines to take with it these days. Okay, so still got our Heaver. He's used his, so our second scenario is definitely going to be a lot more powerful. They might have Shoop, I suppose. If they have Shoop and can shut it down, then we might be in trouble. And we do need to draw a Sire still. So let's maybe get rid of the Hunter. It's not super good. It is an Aristocrat, but what use is that if we don't draw a Sire? Okay, we could go straight to round 3, but I feel like I may as well play the Sire at least this round. Then there's a possibility to draw into our scenario. And I'm not sure Northern Realms can output a huge amount of points on this board state. It's not super likely he'll get ahead unless he's playing something a bit weird. Okay. So we could just pass now. We're going to be up against maybe a Draug in round 3, but not super likely. The reason I say that is Ronvid. Could be Draug. I think it's more likely to be Scenario. But okay. I think we'll take the pass at this point then. Definitely Defender is going to be very important in this round 3. It's not a super long round, which is pretty good for me. 8 cards is probably what I want to be seeing. Okay. We'll see where to go from here. We might, I mean, there's a consideration to throw away the Bomb Heaver, but I think it's a bit risky to do so. A lot of people play the scenario, so could probably keep it around. I think I'm going to get rid of the Hunter here again. And then Magni. I don't really like that for round 3. And we did draw the Bull, so that means Matter will pull Vincent, give us most of our good cards here.
Bad feeling about this. Long live eccentrics.
Okay. That's an interesting start. I don't think we need to worry too much about the Knight. I could Lambert it, but I think we can try to poison it instead. It'll be a little bit better for us. So, do we want to go with the Fion first? I suppose there's no harm not, just in case there's a random Shoop. We probably won't have a Purify for this. So we can play that unranged. Protect our Bull. The Bull, unlike something like Passiflora, doesn't really care about being played a couple of cards later into a round. Maybe even more than that. Which gives it a lot of synergy with the Asire and Matter plays. Which is nice. There's going to be a Philippa. Doesn't quite kill my Defender, so we'll be able to play the Bull now, and I think I'm going to do that, just in case of that random Shoop possibility. I mean, it's not Shoop, is it? Because I did take... Oh wait, no, I took a Redanian Archer, not a Knight. So maybe it is. It's possible. He's definitely running some weird things. And then we can play Thirsty Dame next to get those engines rolling. Operator, interesting. Aha, it's a Royal Guard deck, guys. That makes sense. That makes sense. I was seeing weird cards and now it's all coming together. That's why. Okie dokie. Thirsty Dame then, sure. And we'll maybe we shouldn't be poisoning this actually. I think we have enough poisons that we can just kind of poison all of the guards in this situation. Well, these guys are going to come down for a lot of points. So maybe I should be saving poisons, honestly. Well, this shielded guy we can deal with the Vincent. Let's maybe play Matter now then. We also have a Lambert who can kind of hit all of them, which is quite funny. So that's why he's running Mobilization. It's not going to be Scenario, but instead gonna be for Royal Guard. Luckily he won't have that available here. Oh, double Redanian Knight. Honestly, that's quite tempting to Lambert, although we're gonna lose some points if we do. They're gonna both hit for 2, so it's, you know, we deny 4, but then we get a little bit less value here, so it's maybe not even worth shutting these down at this point. Maybe it is. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I think I do want to go with this Vincent, just to kill both Royal Guards. That'll really make the subsequent ones very bad. Let's do that. And I mean, I don't think we're able to lose this game, because our deck kind of just inherently counters his. And he used the Bomb Heaver already, can't get through Defender, so looks very fine. We don't need to worry. So I think I'm going to poison this big knight and just, you know, Lambert on the Royal Guards. I think we can play Bomb Heaver at this point without worrying. Probably not going to be a siege at the end here. There's another one. I need to try this deck, it looks very fun. Don't seem super competitive though. I guess we may as well go with the Joachim right now. Just in case, you know, we get something that we want to use, like for example maybe the lock here. Yeah, I think I'll lock the Redanian Knight. It's probably worth a couple of points, same as the bleeding at this point. And then we can go with Rot Tosser into Lambert. I actually don't have a way to poison this this knight. I don't know why I thought I did. Weird. But the Rot Tosser is still going to be pretty good value on the Thirsty Dames here. Definitely having morale here would have enabled my Rot Tosser to be a bit more value. So it's up to you whether you have this Lambert or not really. It's kind of just a tech card. It definitely is useful for dealing with Syndicate Defender, that's very useful. But yeah, this is not going to be too close. Alright. Obviously his deck not the most competitive, but a win is a win, and Lockdown not really losing, but I'm sure once you face some more sort of top tier decks then you might have a bit of trouble. Either way, hope you did enjoy, and thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.